This story isn't fiction, it's a mirror. Let's talk about what no one wants to say but everyone needs to hear. Elijah was the kind of man people respected but rarely understood. He walked like someone who had answers. He spoke like someone who never needed help. And he smiled like someone who has forgotten how to feel. At 39, Elijah had everything people chased. But what he didn't have was peace. See, Elijah had mastered the act of pretending. He could be at a funeral and still say, well, we move. He could even bury his father and walk out of the cemetery saying, well, God knows best. He could even sit in silence for hours and tell everyone that silence meant strength. But the truth? Elijah has forgotten how to cry. So he didn't just stop crying, he actually trained himself to believe that it was weakness. It started from childhood. His father was a military man. No nonsense. The kind of man who said, if you fall, you get up. If you're hurt, you hide it. And if you cry, you are not ready for life. And Elijah believed him. So when his mother died, he didn't cry. When his heart was broken by someone he wanted to get married to, he didn't cry. When he lost his job 5 years ago and spent 3 nights inside his car, he didn't cry. He bottled and bottled and bottled until the day everything shattered. It was on a Sunday morning. Elijah was home, folding his clothes. Simple task, nothing deep. He came across a cloth. One of his mom's clothes he had kept before she died. And then he suddenly broke down into tears. No loud sobs, no drama. Just this silent shaking cry he couldn't control. His knees broke down. He sat on the floor and cried. Like he had 20 years of tears waiting in line. And in that moment, he didn't feel weak. He felt human. He felt like he was talking to himself. Finally, he later said, I didn't lose control that day. I finally took some back. Elijah still doesn't cry often, but now he knows it's an option. He knows it's not a breakdown. Sometimes it's a breakthrough, and sometimes strength doesn't sound like silence. Sometimes it sounds like tears finally being allowed to speak. If this story made you pause, maybe it's time to finally talk to yourself.